Hello friends, I'm Neshik and welcome to the free WordPress Designing Masterclass for 2022 and beyond. Today in this video, I'll teach you how to create and design a professional and beautiful website using WordPress and only free resources. So to create this website, we'll be using only free resources. We'll be using the best and free WordPress theme, the best and free page builder, and we'll also use few more awesome free plugins. Now my main aim in this video is to show you guys how a professional web designer and developer creates a website. Like what resources they use for things like illustrations, stock images, patterns, website logo, web templates, etc. and how they implement these resources on the website. We'll also learn what is the thought process behind the design, like how to use colors and what colors to use to make your website look more professional. We'll learn how to use contrast and fonts and how to design backgrounds using different simple tools. In this video, we'll learn 3 ways of creating a website. First, using elements, second, using blocks, and third, using free layouts. And I'll give you free layouts that you can simply import and get a ready-made website for yourself or for your client within few minutes. I'm also giving all the images that I've used to create this website for absolutely free. And this website is also 100% mobile and tablet friendly. So as you can see, this is how it will look in a mobile phone. Beautiful, amazing, 100% mobile and tablet friendly. Also, creating this website is super easy. You don't need any programming or coding knowledge to create this website. It's just simple drag and drop. Let me show you a very quick example. If you want to do some changes on this page, you can simply click on this link at top. And now you'll see this page. Now whatever changes you want to make, for example, if I want to change this thing, the title says make more time. If I want to change this thing, I'll go to secondary heading. Instead of make more time, I'll type in make more money. So as you can see, within few minutes now the title and everything is changed. If you want to change some color or anything like that, for example, if I want to change the color of this thing, I can go to style, I can see this thing, secondary heading. If I want to change the color to maybe this primary color or some other color, I can easily do that. Similarly, if you want to bring anything at top or bottom, for example, I want this thing over here, so I can simply drag and drop it over here. And for the second one, I'll select this thing and I'll bring it over here. So as you can see, this is so easy. Controlling columns also is pretty easy. You can simply do it like this. So if you want to increase the width or decrease the width of any section, you can easily do it like this. Okay, so very easy to control this thing. If I want to change this thing, I can go ahead, select this option. Instead of 53, I want to make it 25. And now as you can see, it says 25K. So this is so easy. Now if you watch the complete tutorial, you'll learn everything that you need to know about designing a website. So you can design this website. In fact, you can design any kind of websites after watching this video. Now before we proceed further, before we see how to create this website, let me show you a very quick demo of the website that we'll be creating in this video. Now first of all, let me refresh this thing so that you can see all the animation and everything. So if you refresh this website, this is how it will look like. And as you can see, we have added a nice amount of animation and everything on this thing. And we have also delayed few animations. I'll explain you about this thing later on. Now we have divided this page into different sections. This is our first section, our main section, or you can say your hero section. You have your subtitle, your title, some description, 2 different call to action buttons. And as you can see, very nice shadow is given over here. When you hover this thing, color changes and the shadow color also changes. Then after that, we have created this image. I'll show you how you can download these kind of professional images for absolutely free. So if you don't have an image for yourself, you can download these professional images for absolutely free. And after that, I'll show you how you can edit these images. For example, if you want to make the image transparent, if you want to change the background of the image, change the shape of the image, I'll show you everything. Then we'll see how to add these options, how to add these different options, and how to add animation. Then these are different patterns that are added in the background. I'll show you how to create these patterns and how to add them in the background. Okay, this is your second section. This is kind of the services section. So what all services you provide. Now this is an example for a WordPress agency. So maybe this is an WordPress agency website. Okay, so this is an example for that. And here we have this hover animation, as you can see. We'll see how to use these icons, these beautiful images and everything. Then we have the counter section. So you can, have different counters, different numbers, and like how many projects you have completed, how many awards you have, all those options. Then when you scroll down, we have another section. This is our about us section. So about team, some heading, some subheading, and few call to action. And again, we are using different images. One is in the background, another one at front. We are also using different margins and padding. So here negative margin to make it look more better. And again we have this pattern in the background. Then when you scroll down, you will see your portfolio page. So I'll show you how this portfolio page is created. If you click on a single portfolio, you will be redirected to a single portfolio page. Then when you scroll down, you have the testimonial section. Then we have the blog section. So in this video, we'll also learn how to create different blog posts. Now these blog posts will help you to generate some extra traffic through Google search results. Then at the bottom, we have this footer. Now another great thing about this website is that here we are using a free theme, as I said you in the introduction, but this free theme has so many amazing features that even premium themes don't have. For example, in this free theme, we have a header builder and also a footer builder. So this is not the header that comes with the theme. We have custom built this header. Similarly, this footer as well, as you can see in the footer, I've added this newsletter section. And if somebody wants to enter this thing, they can enter this email address and they can click on this button. They will be added to your newsletter. So this is a custom footer that I've created. We have this newsletter pop-up, and after that we have the footer. We have divided this into different columns, and we have added different animation on this footer as well. If you go to some other page, we'll see also how to create the about page. So if you go to the about page again, you can see beautiful, and it looks, if you see your website, it looks very consistent throughout the website. Okay, for example, we have used this same font family, same typography, same colors throughout the website. As you can see, this color and this pink color, these are our primary and secondary color that we have used throughout the website. So we have to make sure that our website look consistent throughout so that it looks professional. Then this is your team section. Then when you scroll down again, we have the footer. We'll see also how to create some other pages, like we'll see how to create the projects page, how to create the blog page. So this is, as you can see, your blog page. We have many different designs for the blogs as well, but this is the design that I've used over here. Okay. Then we also have some other pages. We have the contact page. This is how your contact page will look like. Okay, you can enter your address and all. Then we'll see how to create this form, this beautiful form. And you can also integrate this map over here. Okay, now let's see some more things. Let's see our projects option. So we'll see how to create different projects and portfolio option as well. And again, using all free resources. This is the project archive page. If you want, you can also open a single project page to see how it looks like. So as you can see, this is how your single project page looks like. If somebody wants to see this project, they can click on this launch project button and they will be redirected to that particular project website. Alright, so this was a very short demo of the website that you'll be creating in this video if you watch my complete tutorial. Now I hope you guys like the demo website. Now if you like this demo website, if you want to create this amazing website, make sure to watch the complete tutorial. And before you proceed further, make sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss any future notifications. Now if you like this video, give a thumbs up to this video, share with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever social media platform you use. And throughout the video, if you have any doubts, any comments, any suggestions for me, you can always leave them in the comments section below. Now, let's start creating this website. Right, now to create any kind of website, whether it's an e-commerce website, a simple blog or a business website, any kind of website, we need two basic things, a domain name and a hosting account. A domain name is simply the name or the URL of your website. For example, blogdot.com, youtube.com, google.com, nayashik.com. These things are different domain names. So we'll also have to register a new domain name on the internet so that whenever someone wants to visit your website, they can simply type in this domain name in their browser URL bar and they can land on your website. Now the second and the most important thing is your website's hosting. Now hosting is basically a server or a computer wherein your website is saved. If you see this entire website from top to bottom, all the different media files, images, pages, blog posts, this entire website is saved in a server. And that server is running 24/7 so that whenever someone wants to visit your website from any particular country at any given time, they can always see your website live. Now hosting is the most important thing about your website because everything related to your website is directly or indirectly dependent on your hosting. So your website speed, your website's performance, the user experience on your website security, and even your website's ranking in Google search results is totally dependent on your hosting. So if you've selected a good and reliable hosting, your website speed and performance will be amazing. Your website will load very fast. The user experience on your website will be great. Your website will have great security. So it will be very difficult for anybody to hack or attack your website. And with that, most importantly, you'll also get good ranking in Google search results. And obviously, in contrast to that, if you select a cheap, crappy hosting, everything will be opposite of that. Now there are literally thousands of different hosting providers available in the market, but unfortunately only a handful of them are really good enough to consider. But you don't have to worry about that. You can simply do one thing, open a new tab and type in blogdoot.com/a2. Now this link is also given in the video description below, so you don't even have to type in this thing. Simply click on that link and you should be redirected to this page. Now this is the hosting that we'll be using, A2 hosting. This is one of the best hostings available in the market. Now here as you can see we have 4 different plans: Startup, Drive, Turbo Boost and Turbo Max. Now by the way, this is the only thing that you need to create your website. Rest everything is free. For example, your theme, plugins, everything else is free. This is the only thing that we need to purchase. Without this we just cannot proceed further. And this is also very cheap. You don't have to spend a lot of money over here. As you can see, the pricing over here is very affordable. Now first of all, let me explain you the main difference between these 4 plans, and after that we can see which plan you want to select. Now if you see, the main difference is how much websites you can create. So with the startup plan you can create one website, and with all the other plans you can create unlimited websites. Now let me explain you what does this mean. So today you're creating this business website for your business or for some client. If you want to create only this website, make sure to select only this startup plan. You don't need any other plan. You can just select, if you just want to create this one website, you can select startup plan. Now tomorrow if you want to create another website, maybe your second, third, fourth website, you cannot do that with this startup plan. You'll have to either upgrade your plan to Drive or some other plan, or you'll have to purchase a new plan. Whereas if you select Drive or any other plan, you can create unlimited websites. So today you can create this website, tomorrow for your second, third, fourth website, you don't have to purchase a new hosting plan. You can host and you can add all your websites in one single hosting. Now the second feature, as you can see over here, is unlimited SSD storage. Now this is really important. Now most of the hosting providers, they give you unlimited storage, for example 5 GB, 10 GB or 20 GB of storage, but here you're getting unlimited data storage. And most importantly, this is only SSD and NVMe storage. Now this is the fastest, most reliable storage. So when your website is hosted on SSD or NVMe storage, your website is around 30 to 40 times faster as compared to some other regular hosting. So very important, this makes your website very fast. Then after that, we also get free and easy website migration. So if you already have a website created on some other hosting, and if you're not satisfied with the speed or with the support or with the performance of your website, you can easily migrate your website to A2 hosting for absolutely free. I'll show you how that is done in the next step. Then we also get free automatic backups. So your website will be backed up every single day automatically. So even if something happens to your website, you have the automatic backup. You can easily restore your website. Now we get many more features. If you hover over key features, you can see we get unlimited transfer, we get 24/7 support, 99.9 uptime commitment, free SSL certificate, website staging. Now this website staging is a premium feature which is not available in most of the hostings, but here as you can see we are getting website staging as well. We have some growth features as well. If you hover over this, you can read about that. So for most of you guys, I would recommend you to start with the Drive plan. Obviously, if you select some other plan like Turbo Boost or Turbo Max plan, you will get even more resources, you'll get even better performance. But I think you can start with the Drive plan, and once you think that you need more resources, your website is become very heavy or you have a lot of traffic coming to your website, then you can later on upgrades to some other plan. But now you can start with the Drive plan. So simply click on this button, Get Drive button. Now you'll be redirected to your domain page. Now if you're doing this for the first time, you have to register a new domain name. For that you have to select this option, Register a New Domain. And over here just type in the domain name that you want to register. So for example, if I want to register nayashake.com, I can type in Nayashake, and from here I can select .com, .net, .in, .org, any domain name extension. So you can see hundreds of different domain name extensions are available. Now what I would recommend you to do is select your hosting at A2, but don't select your domain name from A2, because there are other options that provide cheaper domain names, and they give many more free options, and it is more better for domain names. So for domain names, I would recommend you to use namecheap.com. So go to namecheap.com and here you can search for that domain. For example, here I was looking for Nayashake, for example. So I'll type in nayashake.com. I'll see whether this domain name is available or not. If this domain name is available, you will see this option that this is available, and you can click on this Add to Cart button and add this domain in your cart. Or if this is not available, you will get many more other suggestions like nayashake.xyz.io, .me, so many different domain name extensions. Whichever you want to select, just click on this Add to Cart button and you can purchase your domain name from Namecheap. So on Namecheap, domain names are very inexpensive, very cheap, And with that, you also get very cheap renewal rates. So the renewal rate of these domains are also very cheap or very affordable. And here you get some premium features for free. For example, you get domain privacy for free, and some other features also you get it for free. So make sure to purchase your domain name on namecheap.com. Just make sure to click on add to cart. And after that, in the next step, you have to enter your cart details and purchase this thing. Click on checkout. And here, as you can see, you're getting domain privacy for free. So select this option, click on confirm order, and make sure to purchase this domain. Now once you purchase this domain, you can again come back to A2 hosting. Now instead of this option, register new domain name, we have to now select this option, the first one, use your own domain, because we have already registered our domain name on Namecheap. So we want to use our own domain. So whatever domain name you have registered on Namecheap, type in that same domain name over here. Okay, so nayeshshake.com. Okay, .com. So here I'll type in com and here nayeshshake, and click on this button, use this domain. Now you will be redirected to the next step, and here you will see, this is the plan that we have selected, Drive Web Hosting. Now by default 36 months is selected for you because this is the highest discount that you're getting. So if you purchase for 3 years, if you purchase this hosting for 3 years, you'll get a great discount, like huge discount. As you can see, if you purchase for 2 years, you'll get better discount, but if you purchase for 1 year, you'll get this amount. So whatever billing cycle you want to select, you can select that thing. Obviously, the higher billing cycle you select, the better discount you'll get. Then when you scroll down, you have to select your server location. Now, if you're watching this video from India, from Pakistan, Bangladesh, or any Asian country, you can select Singapore. And if you're watching this video from any European country, you can select Amsterdam. For USA, you can select these two name servers. Now, because I'm from India, I'll select Singapore data center location. And for all the other things, make sure none is selected. Auto install application, none. A2 website builder, none. Okay, select this option and click on continue. Now click on this green checkout button. You will be now redirected to your checkout page. Now on your checkout page, you just have to enter your basic details like your first name, last name, your email address, phone number, all these basic details, your address and everything. If you have a VAT number or a GST number, you can enter that over here so that you get tax credit as well. Now over here, you have to select some password for your account. So choose some password, and obviously under confirm password, type in the same password. So type in your password over here, and under confirm password, type in the same password. Now make sure whatever email address you enter over here on this option and whatever password you select, make sure to remember this email and password, because this email address and password will become your login credentials. So in future, whenever you want to log into your A2 hosting, you will have to enter this email address and password. So make sure whatever you type in over here, make sure to remember that. Now finally, scroll down at the bottom, and over here you have to select the payment option. So if you want to make payment through credit card, debit card, or your ATM card, you can select this option, credit debit card. If you want, you can also make payment through PayPal and Skrill. Now most of you guys might be selecting this credit debit card. So just enter your card details like your card name, expiry date, 3-digit CVV number which is given at the back of your card, and whatever the card name is. So whatever your name is on the card. Now for people who are watching this video from India, if you have a RuPay card, because most of the people in India have a RuPay card. Now RuPay is a domestic card which is not accepted anywhere outside India. So if you have a RuPay card, make sure you get your card upgraded to Visa or a MasterCard, because RuPay card is not accepted over here. As you can see, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, all these cards are accepted. So just enter your card details. After that, tick mark this thing, I have read and agreed to terms of service, and click on complete order. Now once you click on that complete order button, you have to now come to this website, my.a2hosting.com, and here you will see this button, secure client login. Click on this button. Now enter your email address and password which we have set in your previous step. So in your previous step, whatever email address and password you have set, type in the same email and password and click on this login button. Now you'll be redirected to your client area, and this is how your client area will look like. Now the very first thing that I want to do is I want to link my Namecheap domain with A2 hosting. So first go to namecheap.com, log into your account. So sign into your account. Now once you log in, you can click on domain list from the left hand side, and here you'll see all the domain names that you own. Now for example, if I want to use this domain fahm.in, I can click on this manage button, and here you will see your name servers. Okay, and by default Namecheap basic DNS will be selected for you. You have to change this thing and select custom DNS and delete whatever name server is selected for you. Once you select custom DNS, delete whatever name servers is selected for you. Then after that, come back to this client area, click on this account details button. Okay, this button. And here you will see your own custom name server. So you can copy your name server number 1, paste it under line 1, copy your name server number 2 under line 2, And obviously similarly you can copy your name server number 3, paste it under line 3, and finally your name server number 4, paste it under line 4. And once you do this thing, after that you have to click on this save button, or you have to click on this check mark thing. Okay, once you click on this thing, your name servers will be changed. Now once you click on this save button, your domain name will be linked with the A2 hosting, but this can take up to 24 hours. But you don't have to wait till that time. We can do few more things till then. First of all, come back to your client area. Now this time click on this green cPanel login button. So click on this cPanel login button, you will be logged into your cPanel. And this is how your cPanel will look like. Now the very first thing that we want to see over here is, you will see at the right hand side you have your primary domain. And besides your primary domain name, it should say DV certificate. So if you have DV certificate written for you, and if you have this logpad besides your domain name, it means that SSL certificate is already installed on your domain. So this is an automatic process on A2 hosting, that they automatically install SSL certificate on your domain name. But for you, if it is not there, you can do one thing. Click on this search bar and search for SSL. Select this option, SSL/TLS status. And here you can see all your different domain names. Now you can simply go ahead and click on this button, run auto SSL. So this thing will run for 3-4 minutes, and after that SSL certificate will be installed on your domain. Now once that is done, we can now install WordPress on our domain name. So for that you can again click on this search bar and search for Softaculous App Installer. Select this option, Softaculous App Installer. Now there will be many different apps available over here. We want to use the regular WordPress app. So at the left hand side you will see this small search bar. Under that, search for WordPress and select the first option, the regular WordPress option. And now click on this blue install now button. Now the very first thing that we want to do is we want to choose a domain name on which we want to install WordPress. So I want to select this domain name, web2022.nayashik.com. Okay, so choose your domain name, and after that under choose protocol, there will be two options, HTTP and HTTPS. Make sure you select this one, HTTPS, S for secure. So make sure you select HTTPS, the secure option. Then under indirectory, make sure this is empty. If you have anything typed in like this, make sure you delete this thing and your indirectory box is empty. Then if you scroll down, you will see at the left hand side you have your site settings, and at the right hand side you have your admin account. Under site settings, you can give your website some name. So for example, if I want to give my website name of BlogDude, I can type in BlogDude, and under site description you can describe your website. For example, this is a WordPress agency website. Okay. Now at the right hand side you have your admin account. So by default some username and password is selected for you. I would recommend you to change this thing and type in your own custom username and also your custom password. And after that you can also change this email, this default one, and type in your own personal email address. And again, make sure to remember this username and password as well, because this is your WordPress username and password. So whenever you want to log into your dashboard, which we'll see in the next step, so whenever you want to log into your dashboard, you'll have to enter this email address and password. Now once you do this thing, just go ahead at the bottom, don't tick mark anything from here, just go ahead at the bottom and click on this install button. Now WordPress has started installing on your domain name. This is a very small process, hardly takes around 10 to 15 seconds. As you can see, it is automatically completed as well. Now once WordPress is successfully installed on your domain name, you will get two links. First link is your website link. So if you open that link, this is how your website is looking right now. If you open the second link, let's open this one. This is your dashboard link. So you'll automatically be logged into your dashboard if you click on that link, and here as you can see, this is your WordPress dashboard. Now this page, this dashboard page, is the most important page of your website because you will be controlling your entire website from this page. So whether you want to change the style of your website, whether you want to create or manage different blog posts, change the appearance, add plugins, manage payments, everything will be done from this page. And whenever you want to log into this page or come to this page, simply type in your website name or your domain name, and after that put a /wp-admin, you will land on this page. Now whenever we install WordPress on a new domain name, there are a few basic things that we have to understand, and there are a few basic settings that we have to do. So let's first see them. Now first of all, on your dashboard page, you will see few widgets are given. These are not really important, so we can get rid of these widgets. So you can click on the screen option at top and you can untick everything from here, just like this. Now with the left hand side, the next option is the post option. So we'll be using this post option to create different blog posts. Like here we have in the demo website, here as you can see, these blog posts will be created from this page. By default, you'll see one blog post is already created for you, hello world. Later on in this video, when we create our own custom blog post, we'll delete this thing and create our own blog post. Now click on this media option. Now under media option, you will see whatever media files is used on your website. For example, these images, videos, whatever media file is used on your website, you can see and you can manage all of them from here. Then we have the pages option, which obviously will be used to create different pages. Then we have the comments option. So whenever there is any comment posted on your website, on any blog post or page or anywhere, you will see all those comments over here. Now you can reply them, you can approve them, unapprove them. If you want, you can even delete these comments. Now the next option is your appearance option, and this is a very important option. Now here, as you can see, there are 3 different themes are installed for you, and one of them is already activated. So this 2021 theme is activated. Now this design and appearance of your website is because of this theme 2021. Now if you just go ahead and activate some other theme, for example, let's go ahead and activate this 2019 theme. Now again, if you come back to your website and refresh it, you can see your website design is now completely changed. So this is basically what a theme does. A theme changes your website style and appearance. Now we want to make sure that we have only one theme installed and activated. So all the other extra themes, you can just click on that and you can delete it. Now we don't want to use this 2019 theme. This is a very bad theme. So in the next step, I'll show you how we can use some other theme that is also free theme, but that is much better theme. So we'll be using that theme, not this one. Now the next option is your plugins option. Now by default, few plugins will be installed for you. You can just go ahead and delete them. Okay, just like this. Now first of all, what is a plugin? Now a plugin is kind of a software or an add-on that adds some extra features and functionalities to your WordPress website. For example, right now we don't have any designing feature, we don't have a page builder, we don't have any payment option, we don't have any testimonial or blog option. So to use all these options to create these features, we'll be using different plugins that you'll see later on in this video. Then click on settings from the left hand side. And over here, if you want to change your website name and description, you can anytime come over here and you can upgrade or update your website name and description. Then after that, you can change this thing. You can select this option. Under time zone, you can select your country time zone. Okay, and after that, click on save changes. Now under settings, click on permalinks. And over here, by default, day and name will be selected for you. Select this option, post name, and click on save changes. This is the most SEO friendly permalink structure. And finally, again, come back to your dashboard. And with this, we have completed all the basic settings related to our WordPress website. Okay, so now let me show you this thing. So if you have any problem related to your website in future, if you have any problem related to your website, related to the speed of the website, for example, SSL is not getting installed, whatever, any problem related to your website, you can always come back to your client area. And here you can raise a new ticket. And to do that, you can simply click on this button, click on this link, open ticket. And here you can select, migration, sales, support, whatever it is. So it is related to support, you can select support. And here you can select your problem. For example, if you're having trouble with SSL, control panel, a website, anything like that, you can select and click on next. And you can raise a new ticket, they will help you out. Similarly, as I was talking about earlier, that if you already have a website created with some other hosting, and maybe if you're not satisfied with the speed and performance of your hosting, and if you want to migrate to A2, you can select this option, migration. And here you can just fill in this simple form. You can select, there will be 4 different steps. Click on agree and close. You can follow this step. So here you just have to basically enter your details, like what is your website name, what is all the hosting details, and they will help you out. They will migrate your website for free. Okay, so follow these steps. Now let's do one thing. Let's install a new theme so that we can change the design of our website, and also install some plugins so that we can have all these amazing features. So for that, again, come back to your dashboard, click on appearance from the left hand side, click on add new, and over here under search plugins, search for Phlox, Phlox, and this is the theme that we want. So click on this install button. Now once it is installed, you need to click on this activate button to activate this theme. Once it is activated, first thing that I would recommend you to do is delete this extra 2019 theme or whatever extra theme is left. And the second thing that you should do is you should always enable auto updates. So click on enable auto updates so that whenever this theme is updated, it automatically gets updated. You don't have to manually do this thing. Now to install the plugins, you can simply click on this button, install Phlox core plugin. Now once this will install and activate this core plugin, after that you will get another button, and here as you can see, this is now installing all the other required plugins like Elementor or whatever plugins are required. And as you can see, once it is done, this page will reload and now you will be redirected to this page. So you have a new option over here, the left hand side Phlox, and under Phlox you have few more options. Now first of all, I would recommend you to click on this plugins option, And from here, if you want, you can install few more plugins for your website. For example, we need this portfolio option because we'll be installing and we'll be creating this portfolios and this projects option. So for that, we need this plugin. So take mark this Phlox portfolio. We need, let's see, we need the contact form plugin so that we can create different forms. Then let's see. You can also install this optimize plugin if you want to optimize your website. And then we also need this one, MailChimp for WordPress, because we want to create this one, okay? This newsletter form. So this will be created using this plugin, MailChimp for newsletter, MailChimp for WordPress. And I think this is the only one. We need these 3 plugins. Once you tick mark this thing, select this thing. Now click on this install plugins, which is over here at the bottom right corner. Now, as you can see, this first one is installed and activated, Phlox portfolio. Now this will install and activate the second one. And once this is done, as you can see, this is installed. Now it is activating it. Done. And finally the third one. Now once these things are completed, again, if you click on plugins from the left hand side, you will see all the new plugins over here. And again, for this also, I would recommend you to enable auto updates for all these plugins so that whenever there's an update available, it gets updated automatically. Now, if you again come back to your website and refresh it, let's see how it is looking right now. As you can see, style is changed. Still, it is not looking that great. We'll make sure that we'll change the design of this website and make it beautiful like this one. Now, the very first thing I want to do over here is I want to decrease the layout. I want to decrease the width of the website. For example, here as you can see, it is touching, basically just touching both the sides. I don't want this much. I want the space at left and right. So here as you can see, we have a nice amount of space and the content is in the center. So we have to decrease the layout of the website. For that, you can click on this customize link at top. Now, although this is a free theme, still we have so many different customization options. We'll see all these options at the end of the video. For now, we just want to change the layout. So click on this option, general option, and under this, you'll see general layout. And by default, as you can see, it is 1600. I would recommend you to set this thing to 1200. Okay, 1200 pixels, publish this thing. And you can just cut this thing. This is done. Now you'll see we have a nice amount of space at left and right. We'll fix the header and so on later on. Now I would recommend you to come back to your website and click on pages. Now there are chances that for you, these pages will be created. Okay, automatically created like home page, contact page, and home page is automatically set. So if it is done for you, that is great. If it is not, you can click on add new and add a new page. So just click on add new. We'll see these things later on creating a new page. In fact, let me do one thing. Let me just delete these pages so that I can show you from scratch. Okay, except for this privacy policy and terms page, I want to delete all the other pages. So I'll select this thing, move to trash. Now let me show you how you can create your own home page. So click on add new. Suppose I want to give it a title of home. So I'll type in home and I'll just publish it. Now if you publish this thing, if you open this page in a new tab, right now this is how it is looking. But we don't want our homepage to look like this because we don't want this breadcrumb. We don't want the title. We don't have those things over here on the homepage. So we want to disable these things. So to do that thing, you can again come back to this option. First of all, under content layout, we can change this thing to full content. And then we can disable the header. So you'll see this header template. In fact, we want to disable the title bar. So select title bar setting and from here just select no. We want to disable the title bar option. Now again update this page, come back over here, refresh it. And now as you can see that title bar and everything is gone. Now we have a blank page. We can start working on this page. Now we have to do one more thing. If you see in the URL bar, it says your website name /home. And if you click on blog.dude or if you click on your website name, here as you can see you're redirected to some other page. So basically what is happening right now is the page that you have created, this is just a regular page and you have named it home. So just by naming it home, this does not become your home page. Now we have to set this page as our home page. So let's see how it is done. So again, come back to your dashboard, click on this W WordPress icon. You will be redirected to this option. Now under settings, click on reading. So hover over settings and click on reading and select the second option. Under your home page display, select the second option, a static page, and under home page, select the home that you have just created and click on save changes. Again, if you come back now, earlier it was /home. If I refresh this website, here as you can see, we are still on the same page, but that /home is gone. And if I now click on blog.dude, I'm still on the same page. So this page is now officially our home page. Now we can actually come back, click on pages, and now we can start designing our home page. So click on edit. Now to design this thing, we'll be using a page builder called Elementor. So once you click on edit, you will see this button at top, edit with Elementor. Click on this button. Now if you're doing this thing for the first time, this is the page that you will see. Okay, now before you proceed further, let me first explain you and show you what this Elementor page builder is. So first of all, if you see, this is the layout. At the left hand side we have different elements. Now we'll be using these elements to create this website. If you see this entire website, all the different pages, these are all created using these elements, okay, at the left hand side. So we'll be using these elements to create this website. Also, if you see, your website, is divided into different sections. Every page of your website will be divided into different sections. So this is your first section. Then we have the services section. Then we have the counter section, about us section, and so on. So to create a new section with Elementor, you click on this plus button and you select how many columns you want in that section. For example, if you want 3 columns, you select 3. Okay, now as you can see, we have 3 different columns over here. Now once you select column, at the left hand side, settings will change. Now instead of those elements, now it says edit section, because we are now working with section. Again, if you want to go back to elements, you need to click on this 9 dots icon. And now as you can see, we are back to this elements option. Now suppose if I want to use maybe icon, I want to add some icon. So I can simply drag and drop this icon option over here. And once you do that, again at the left hand side, now here it says edit icon. Now for every single element you have 3 options: content, style, and advanced. Under content, obviously you'll just change the content. For example, instead of this icon, maybe I want this icon, so I'll select this one. Under style, you'll change the styling, so go to style. Maybe I want to change this color to red color or whatever color. Under advanced, we'll see some advanced things like margin, padding, dimension, instance, animation, parallax, and so on. We'll see about all these things later on. Again, if you want to go back to elements, click on the 9 dots icon. Maybe for the second one, we want to select a button. If you don't see the button element, you can click on this search widget and search for button. And now as you can see, we have so many options. Maybe I want to use this button element. So again, I'll simply drag and drop it over here in the middle one. For this also, you can see 3 options: content, style, and advanced. Okay. Again, you can go ahead, change the content, go ahead, change the style of this button. You can make it and you can change the style. As you can see, so many different styles are available. So this is how this thing works. Now let me go ahead and delete everything. Now let me show you everything from scratch. Now let's start with the home page and with the first section. Now if you see this section, we have 2 columns. At the left hand side, we have this text. At the right hand side, we have the image and all these things. So to add a new section, click on this plus button and add 2 different columns. Now obviously, as I explained you earlier in the introduction, we'll see where to get these professional images, how to edit these images, and how to do everything from scratch. Now before that, first let's see the left hand side. So at the left hand side, we have a title, we have subtitle, we have some description and few buttons. So let's first see this. So for this, we'll again come back to this page and first we'll search for heading element. You'll see there are 2 different headings, the normal heading and the modern heading. And over here at the modern heading, if you see at the top right of this element here, it says Phlox. So basically this element is only available with the Phlox theme. So we'll use this option. Okay, use the modern heading by Phlox. Drag and drop it over here, the left hand side. Now first of all, let's add our title. This is our title. We are WordPress agency. Now obviously, if you want to add some other title, you can add that title as well. Now below this title, we have a divider. As you can see, display divider. If I hide this thing, you can see the divider. Now we are not displaying the divider over here, so we'll make it off. Make this divider off. Now select secondary heading. And under secondary heading, we have to type in this thing. So I'll copy it and we'll paste it over here under before text. Then we have the description. Copy it, come back to this page and select description. Paste in your description or just type in whatever your description is. Now this was content. You can see the designing and everything looks very bad. So now it's time to style this thing. Go to style. First, let's see the heading, the regular heading, the first one, top one. Now what I want to do is I want to use this same font family throughout the website, this beautiful, very smooth font family throughout the website so that our website looks professional. So the name of this font family is Ninito. So if you go to typography, click on this pencil button, you have hundreds of different font families available. The one which we want to use is called Ninito. So if you search for that, N-U-N-I-T-O, you can see this is the one. There are other font families available as well if you want to use them. For example, Poppins is a good one. If you want, you can search for Poppins. We have Roboto. You can search for Roboto. You can see this is Roboto. Then we have Lato. Lato is a good one as well. So many hundreds of different font families are available. Again, I'm saying the one which we'll be using is this Ninito. So we'll select Ninito font family from here. Now the size of this one will be smaller. So I'll decrease the size. You can increase or decrease the size like this. Okay. or you can just type in any number. So for example, I want to make it 20 pixels and I want to make it bolder. So under weight, if you select 100, as you can see, it becomes very light. If you select 900, very bold. I want to keep it just bold. Just select this bold option, which is basically your 700. Or if you want, you can just select this bold option at the bottom. We also want to add some line height at top and bottom, because if I select this option, as you can see, this extra space at top and bottom, that is the line height. So I want to line height from here. I want to add this line height from here. So this is your line height. Now line height should always be in M, not in pixels. So instead of px, select the second option, em. And under this option, type in 3.75. Now you can see we have a nice amount of space at top and bottom. We also want to do one thing. You can increase or decrease this spacing between the letters. So between A and G, between all these letters, you can increase or decrease the spacing. You'll see this letter spacing option. If you type in maybe 1, as you can see, the letter spacing is increased. If I type in 10, again increased. If you want, you can also make it negative. So in this example, I want to make it negative minus 0.4. Okay, so that it comes together like this. Now we want to change the color. So you'll see all these options: color option, shadow option, background option. We want to change this color. Now the color is this pink color. As you can see, I can right click over here, click on inspect element. And here, as you can see, this is the color code. Okay, so I'll copy this thing and we'll paste it over here. FD346E. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll add this color code, because we want to use this color code a lot of times. So here also we are using this pink. Here at bottom also we're using this pink. So we don't want to, come over here, copy the color code every time. So we can add this color in our box. Okay, in our color picker. So we can click on this plus button. First, add the color code FD346E. And then after that, click on this plus button and give it any name. For example, I'll give it a name of pink color, or whatever color you want, whatever name you want. Now click on create. Now next time when we want to use this thing, we don't have to add a color code and everything. We can simply click on this globe icon. And now here, as you can see, we have this pink option. We can select that pink option. Now let's select our second option, secondary heading. So for this also, I want to make it Nunito. So we'll select the typography. We'll change this thing to Nunito. Okay, this also is changed. The size of this one will be 75, and again we want to make it bolder. So select 75 bold. We don't want this much line height between all these things, so we'll select EM and we'll change this thing to 1.1. Okay, like this. And now this looks much better. We also want to decrease the letter spacing, so we'll select letter spacing and we'll make it minus 2.25. Okay, now as you can see, this is how it is looking. You can do one more thing. You can increase or decrease the max width. Okay, so you can set up a certain width to which this has to set. So for this example, I'm setting this thing to 630. Now the color of this one is this black color. So let me again inspect elements, see the color code. Okay, here as you can see, this is the color. Copy it, come over here and change the color code. Paste in the color. It is 081420. Again, I'll add this color in my option. So black color. I'll name it. You can name it anything you want. Now finally the third one, description one. Now again we have to change this thing. We have to change the typography. So to save some time over here, you can first of all do one thing, update the page. Now whenever you do any changes on your website, make sure to always click on this green update button. Now just like the color, we can also change the font family. So you can click on this hamburger icon, this 3 lines icon, click on site settings, and you can set a global font. Click on global font, primary, and we can change the font family. Instead of Roboto, we can make it Nunito. So this will save us a lot of time. For secondary also, change this thing, make it Nunito. Okay. For text and for accent also, change the same font family. Okay. Like this. So this will save you a lot of time. Again and again, we don't have to change the font family. Now come back. We can also select the typography and change this thing as well. So under body typography, change this thing to Nunito. So this will be our default body. Now as you can see, all the font family for this and everything is automatically changed. For all these options as well, for link, for heading 1, 2, 3, you can change this thing. Let me do it very quickly. Alright, so as you can see, we have changed it successfully. Now we can again come back. You can change this thing for buttons, for font, for everything. Now you can click on update. So this is how it works. Now you can cancel this thing, cut this thing. Again, click on this modern heading. so that we get this setting. Now if you select description, we don't have to change the font family now because it is automatically that Neonito. If you want to change the sizing and everything, you can do that thing. For example, we want to change the sizing to 16 pixels and we want to make it a little bit bolder at 500. You can do few more things. For example, let's change the line height to 1.5 so that we have decent amount of space between the lines. And for this, we want to set a max width of 440 like this. Okay, so this is how it will look like. Now we have the wrapper option. If you want, you can do some changes in the wrapper as well. Now we also want to change the color of this. You can see the color is a little bit different. Let's see. Okay, this is the color code. Let me get this thing. Copy the color code, come over here and under description, paste in the color code. And again, I'll save this thing, name it gray color. Click on create. Now we have to do one more thing. We have to add these animations. If I cut this thing, if you refresh this page, you can see we have a lot of animation going on. Here, as you can see, this animation and everything, but I want to add this animation at the end of the video. Or maybe once we create this section first, let's add all the content and then we can add the animation at the end. Okay, so I'll show you that thing, don't worry. Now let's add this button. Okay, these two buttons. So we can again come back over here. We'll search for button. Now here we have three options for button. Then we have button by Phlox and modern button by Phlox. Select this modern button by Phlox, drag and drop it over here. Now the title or the text over here says watch video. So I'll type in watch video. And after that, you can also change few more things like highlighted text and so on. Now inside the link, what I want to do is I want to go to my YouTube channel and I want to add this link, copy link address. Okay. So once somebody clicks on this button, this video should open in a pop-up. So I'll select this open video in a light box. Now let's go to style and let's change the styling and everything. Now first of all, we want to change the background color. So select this option background type. We already have added this pink color. So we can simply select this option classic, click on this globe icon and select the pink color. Now as you can see, this is the background color. And now we have to add this shadow. If you see below this button, we have this shadow. So for that, you will see box shadow on this thing. Enable this thing. This is how it will look like. Now again, I want to do one thing. Actually, let me copy the color code for pink from here. Now select this shadow, change the color. And if you don't want this black color shadow, we want pink color. So select pink color. And after that, you can change the transparency like this. Okay. Make it transparent maybe like this. Maybe till here. Alright. So this much. And after that, you can change the horizontal, vertical, blur, spread, all these things. For this, I want to do one thing. For horizontal, I want to make it -15. And for vertical, I want to make it 20. And you can increase or decrease the blur. So I'll make it 50. Okay, now as you can see, this is how it is looking. Alright. Now you can do one thing. We can actually select this thing. I don't want this much. We can make it a little bit more transparent. Okay, a little bit more lighter. Let's see. Right. Okay, now we can again come back. So you can change this thing. You have total control on that thing. Now let's change the padding. First, make everything 0 so that we can add our own padding. So under padding top, I want to type in 18. So basically 18 from top and bottom and 40 from left and right. And we also want to make this button circular like this, like a rounded button from corners. So under border radius, you can type in maybe 30 pixels. Okay, so that your corners become rounded. Now let's change the text. So select this text option and select this option. It is automatically Neonito, so we don't have to change that thing. We just have to change the sizing and everything. So for this, I want to make it 16 pixels and a little bit bolder at 500. If you want, you can make it 700 as well. Now for line height, I want to make it 1.5. We want to add some space between these two buttons. So if you see over here, we have this space. So I'll go to advanced and we'll make the margin 0 first of all. I want to add this space at the right of this button. So we have added this button. At the right of this button, I want this margin between these two buttons. So right margin will type in maybe 10 pixels. Okay. And then you have to select the positioning option. So select this positioning option, the first option, and under this option, make it inline. Okay. I'll explain you why we want to make it inline. Now update this thing. Now we have this second button. In fact, before we go to the second button, we have one more thing. Once you hover over this button, the background color becomes yellow and the text color becomes black, and also the this shadow also becomes yellow. So first, let me get this yellow color first. Let's inspect this thing. Let's see this color. Okay, here it is. As you can see, this is the yellow color. I'll copy it, come over here and select this option, go to style again and select hover. So once you hover this thing, we want different style. So once somebody hovers over this thing, I want the background color to become this yellow color. So we'll add in the color and again we'll save this color code. I'll give it a title of yellow. And now as you can see, when somebody hovers over this, the background color becomes yellow. We want the text color to become black, but we'll do that later on. First, let's select the box shadow. You can change the box shadow, change this thing to yellow, and rest everything will be same. It will be -15, then 20, and spread will be 50. And make sure your color is a little bit transparent like this one. And now as you can see, this is how it is looking. And finally, we can do one thing. We can select the text, again go to hover and change the color to black. So when somebody hovers over this thing, we want the color to be black. Now as you can see, this is how it is looking. And now we can finally right click on this button and duplicate this thing. You will see a new button will be added besides this thing. Now select the second button and we just have to do the same thing but for opposite option. So we have to go to style. We have to add the styling for normal under background under hover, and for hover styling we have to make it under normal. For example, background color under normal will be yellow, okay, and under hover it will be pink. Similarly, text color, we have to select this thing. Text color under normal will be black and under hover it will be white, like this, okay. And you can also go ahead and change the box shadow. We have already seen how to do that thing. Now you can go ahead and update this thing. And now we have this image at the right hand side. And in fact we have so many other images as well working in the background. So let's see how that is done. Now let me first show you where you can get these kind of professional stock images for free. And after that, how we can edit those images and then we can use them on our website. So first of all, there is a website called unsplash.com. You can go to this website. There is another website called pexels.com, and I'm sure there are many more websites like this one, but these two are the ones that I use the most. Now you can search for anything. For example, you can search for professional men, professional, corporate, anything like that, and you can see hundreds of different professional images will come up for you. Now whatever you want or whichever you want, you can download it for absolutely free. Similarly, if you go to Pexels, if you search for that, okay, as you can see here as you can see, if you just search for this keyword, you can see hundreds of different options will come up for you. Whatever image you want to use, you can use that for free. Now maybe if you want to use, maybe let's select this image. Maybe I want to use this image, so I can select this thing and you can click on download free. Now if you see, there's a down arrow over here, and here you have different sizes. So I don't want to download the original size, which is pretty big. I don't want this much. Maybe I want this one, okay, medium size. So I'll select this medium option. Now this medium size image will be downloaded. So this is how you can download free professional images for your website. Now you can download for anything, for religious website, for services, for offices, for chairs, for photo shoot, anything. Now once you download these images, now you can edit them. So to edit these images, the basic editing can be done on this website, photor.com, Fotor.com. Here you can select this option. You can create a new account very quickly. Just enter your email address. This is also free. Whatever I'm going to show you, everything will be free. So that was free. Now editing a website, editing a video is also free. I'll select this video. I want to edit this one. Click on open. And now we'll click on edit video. Now if you want to do the basic editing, you can, for example, crop it, resize it, rotate it. Okay, so you can select all those options. Maybe I don't want to crop it. I want to resize this thing. So I don't want this big. So maybe I will select 900. Okay. This one, okay, this is looking much better. So I want to resize this thing. If you want to do some fine tuning, blurring, if you want to pixelate anything, you can do all the basic editing from here. Now once that is done, you can now click on this download button and you can download this file. Okay, maybe let's download the PNG version or JPG version, whichever you want. And after that, click on download. Now let me show you how you can do some more advanced things with this image. So for that, you can use either Photoshop, or if you don't want to use Photoshop, you can use a light version of Photoshop, which is online. So online light version of Photoshop, you can go to pixlr.com, pixlr.com, and you can select this advanced option, Pixlr Advanced, or you can just go to pixlr.com/e. Now here, first of all, if you want any templates, there are hundreds of different templates that you can just use it. For example, if you want it for YouTube art, for YouTube thumbnail, Twitter cover, flyer, business card. For example, if I want a YouTube thumbnail, so I can click on YouTube thumbnail, and here as you can see, hundreds of different free layouts and templates are available for you. You can import it and you can edit it. For example, let's see. If you want to edit any one of these, you can just click on that thing. For example, some are free, some are premium. So this one is free. For example, I can click on this option, click on use this template. this template will be imported for you. And if you want to do some changes, for example, instead of this image, if you want to edit this one, replace it with some other image, you can do that thing as well. Now this is not the part of this tutorial, so I don't want to waste a lot of time over here. I just want to show you everything related to the website or the project that we are doing right now. So let me create a new file, a new project, new image, and you can give it any size. So for this, I want to give it a size of 830 by 860. Here as you can see, with 830, height 860, you can name it anything you want and then click on create. This thing will be created for you. Now what I want to do is I want to add a new layer on this one. Now whatever I'm going to show you, it is very basic, so don't worry about that. Even if you're doing this for the first time, don't worry, everything is going to be very easy. Now to add a new layer, you can see at the at the corner, at the right side bottom corner, you have these options. So you can click on this plus button and you can add a new layer. Now in this layer, whatever you want to add, maybe I want to add an image. So I can click on image, new layer, image. And we can now select this edited option or resized image and click on open. This image will be loaded for you. Now if you want, you can resize it like this over here for this image. Okay. Now I want to do one thing. I want to change the shape of this image. Like here, as you can see, the shape of this image is different. So I want to do that thing. I want to change the shape of this image. So first let me do one thing. Let me add this image. Okay. Whatever section you want. Maybe I want this much section. Okay. Now once you have this thing, you can now add another layer of shape. So click on this plus button and select shape. This time you have to add a new layer of shape. Now the basic shape will be added for you. If you want maybe circle or whatever shape you want, you can click on this thing at top. As you can see, type. If you want, you can also select custom option. So click on custom and you can now click on this shape and you have some custom shapes. For example, if you want this shape, here as you can see, we have this shape. Whatever shape you want, you can select that thing. Maybe let's select this shape as well. Now you can again go ahead and resize this shape however you want. Maybe let me select this much. Now what I want to do is I want to bring this image inside this shape. So to do this thing, you can click on this icon. Okay, magic wand. You can select this thing, wand select, click on this and select this shape option. Okay, now this thing will be selected and you can see you have this dotted thing, dotted border for this shape. Now click on this image. At the right hand side, we have this layers. Click on this image layer and press Ctrl I to invert the selection. And now just press the delete key. Now once you press the delete key, if you just hide this shape, click on this eye icon. Okay, as you can see, that is hidden. And now as you can see, this image is now inside this shape. Once you do this thing, you can now press Ctrl D to deselect this thing and you have your shape over here. Okay. Now you can just go ahead and save this thing or export this thing. So to do this thing, click on this file, save. Okay, and obviously we want to make sure that this is PNG version so that we have backgroundless. Okay, we have a transparent image. Click on save as and you can save it wherever you want. So maybe let's save it under downloads. Click on save. Let's change the name. Okay, click on save. Now if you open this one, okay, so I have this image over here. If I open this, okay, as you can see, this image is inside this shape. So you can have any kind of shape for this image. Now I want to do one more thing. This size of this image is pretty big. As you can see, 1.2 MB. We don't want this big size. Okay, so we want to reduce the size of the image. We want to do one thing. We want to maintain the quality but reduce the file size. So to do this thing, you can use another free option. Go to reduceimages.com and you can select this image. Okay, this is the image. Click on open and we don't want to change the size. So under percentage select pixels, size will be same. Quality we want to make it maybe 75 and click on resize. And now as you can see, instead of 1 MB, it is now just 100 KB. Now if you download this thing, just click on this download button, open it. And here as you can see, the quality and everything is still same, but the file size is dramatically improved. So this is what we want. Now you can use this file on your website so that if you had used that file without optimizing it, this 1 MB file, your website would load very slow because this is a very big file. But because this is a pretty small one, just 100 KBs, this is good for you. Okay, now you can use this image on your website. Now if you want to use this image, you can just go ahead and use it on your website. I'll show you how to use that thing. Or if you want, you can do one thing. There will be another link in the video description. If you click on that thing, you'll be redirected to my website blogdude.com. Now for every single video tutorial that I create, I always create these kind of blog posts. So you will, once you click on that link, you will be redirected to a similar blog post. At top you will see the video that you're watching right now, and after that you will see some important links, and at the bottom you will see download free images. Now once you click on this download button, a new zip file will be downloaded for you, and you will see a zip file like that, and you have to unzip that file. So you can simply right click on that file and click on extract files. Once you unzip that file, you will see this media folder, and inside this media folder I've given you all these images for absolutely free, and I have also given you a few layouts that you can use later on. I'll show you how to use those layouts as well. So if you want, you can use these images as well. I'll be using these images throughout the website just to save some time. So for that, again, come back to this page. Now first of all, let's select this main image. So for that, I'll search for image, or if you want, you can search for this option, advanced image. Drag and drop it over here. You will see this image at top. Now let me do one thing. Let me upload all these images under media file. Okay, let's see. So that you don't have to do it again and again, we can upload all of them at once. Now once you upload these images, we can now simply select this one and click on insert media. This image is now available for you. You can change the image size if you want to make it smaller, thumbnail. For this, I want to make it full size. Okay, in fact, for all the images that you will be using, make sure you always change the size to full. Now if you want, you can add some animation for hover image, for ribbon. All these things can be added. We don't want to do that thing. Now let's use some other image. Maybe let's use this image. This is also given to you. Now if you want to create these kind of things, you can just create these options and you can screenshot them. For example, I want to use this one maybe. So I can select this thing and click on this screenshot option on your keyboard. Then you can select this portion. Maybe I want this much thing. Okay, this much portion. We can save this thing wherever you want. Maybe under downloads, and now we have this thing. So if you see under downloads, we have this option. So whatever you want, I've given you these images, but later on in this video, later on you can go ahead and create your own sections and you can screenshot them. You can use them over here. So let's use this image. So for that, we'll again use this advanced image. Okay, select this advanced image, bring it over here at top and upload this image. So maybe it was this image. So we'll select this and select insert media. Now right now, again, first of all, make sure to change the size to full width. Right now, this is how it will look. Okay, first of all, we want to do one thing, go to styling. You can have all these options. You can open this in a light box and so on. We want to go to styling, and I don't want to display this big. I want to change the size. So we'll select max width, make it percentage and make it maybe 80%. We want to select only 80% max width. Now the most important thing is under advanced, under positioning. Now there are two positionings. One is the regular one and the second one is this one, positioning by Phlox. We have to use this one by Phlox. Select this thing and we want to change the type of this image or the positioning of this image to absolute. Now once you change this thing to absolute, you can now control wherever you want to show this image. Now if you see, we can see this image, but this is behind the main image. I want to bring this image at front of this main image. So you can do one thing, under advanced, click on advanced option and change the Z index to 2. Now as you can see, the image is now in front. If you still don't see the image after 2, you can type in like 10 or 20, a bigger number. Okay, I will just type in 2. Again, come back to positioning. Now wherever you want to display it, you can just type in that thing. For example, from top, I don't want to bring this much. Let me decrease the size, maybe -20. You can see it by yourself. Okay, right from where you can change the position however you want it, basically. Okay, now if I hide this thing, this is the position of this image. If you want, you can change this thing. Okay, this is how it is looking. Maybe if you want, you can increase the size. Instead of 80, let's make it 90. Then go to style, go to advanced positioning, and you can change the positioning. Maybe let's bring it over here a little bit like this. Very easy. Now let's add another image. Search for advanced image again. Bring it over here at top. Now let's see. Let's use this one, this pattern. So we'll upload this pattern like this. Insert media. For this also make sure the size is full width. Then we can go to advanced. For this also we'll select positioning, absolute, and you can select wherever you want to display this thing. Again, make sure to first change the Z index to 2 or 3, some other number. Now go to positioning. Okay. Now from right to, let's see, maybe here we want to display it over here. Okay, and a little bit from top, bring it down like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so similarly you can add many images and you can change their positioning. Let me add 1 or 2 more. Again, another advanced image, bring it over here at top. Maybe let's add this one. So let me select this one, click on insert media and change the size to full. Go to advanced, change the positioning z index to maybe 3 or 2. Then go to positioning and make it absolute. And we know already what to do. Bring it at bottom like this. Then change this option like this. Okay. So it is so easy. And finally, let me just do just one more. As you can see, this one, maybe let's add this one. Okay. So let me add one more advanced image, because everything is same. So I don't want to, repeat the same thing again and again. So I'll bring this thing. Let me bring this one. Okay. Again, the size, make sure it is full. And maybe I want to decrease the size of this thing to 90%. Go to advanced, maybe z index 2, then positioning. So as you can see, these advanced things make our life so easy. Now I want to bring this thing maybe from bottom. I want to add this thing from bottom over here. Okay. And from right, or okay, maybe over here. Alright, so as you can see, this looks much better. And again, I'm saying the most important thing over here is this animation, which will add just after we create one more thing. So these animations will be added after we create one more thing. Now let's do one thing. Let's select the main row. So select this 6 dots icon, edit section. Okay, if you see this option, edit section, so that we can add this color in the background, and we can add this shape divider from the bottom. Okay, this divider from the bottom, and after that we can add all the animation. Now first of all, let me get this color code. This is F3, F4, F6. So once you click on edit section, you can first of all make sure that this section is stretched. If you hide this thing, before we stretch this section, actually go to style. Let's add this color in the background. So background color, paste in this color, and I'll add this color as my BG color. Okay, so I'll name it background color. Okay, now if you hide this thing, and if you see maybe if there is some gap from left and right, so you can always go to layout and you can stretch this section, make it yes. Okay, this is how it will look like. Now we have to add some space from top and bottom. Here as you can see, we have a lot of space at top, also at bottom, and then we have to add this divider at bottom, shape divider at bottom. So first let's add this shape divider. Go to style and select this shape divider. We don't want it at top, we want it at bottom, so select bottom. And after that, there are so many different styles. For example, if you select clouds, you will see this is how it will look like. If you select some other thing, we want to use, I think the one which we have used is this one, curve. Okay, just a regular one, regular curve. So you can select this thing. Now you can change the style. First of all, I want to invert this thing. Okay, I want to invert this style. Now for the height, I want to set this thing to 100 like this. And after that, let's add some margin and padding at bottom so that it looks better. So go to advanced for that. And under margin top, first of all, make sure to delink this thing. Click on this link option. This will be delinked. Under margin top, we have to add -70. If you add 70, just add minus before 70 so that it comes at top. And at bottom, we want to add maybe 150 pixels. Okay. Now padding, which is very important. Now for padding for both top and bottom, I want to add maybe 170 from top and 150 from bottom. Now it is looking much better. Update this thing. If you again come back to your website and refresh it, as you can see, this is how your first section is looking. Amazing. We'll fix the header and everything at the end of the video. For now, you can see this is how it is looking. Now a very important thing, all the animations. Let's see how we can add those animations so that it looks more better. Now let's first select this modern heading. So this heading option, let's add animation in this one. So select this heading, go to advanced and select entrance animation. Again, this is by Phlox. So as you can see, Phlox option. So select entrance animation. Now what animation do we want? We want this option, fade in up. Okay, there is fade in down, up, right, left, and in up also we have fade in up 1 and 2. So maybe we want to select fade in up 2. So you can see the animation, it will animate it for you. If you want, you can select fade in up 1 as well. Now this is very quick. So if you want to slow this thing down, you can do one thing, increase the duration. So we want to increase this thing to 2 seconds, but you have to enter under milliseconds. So you have to type in 2000 for 2 seconds. Okay. You can also delete this thing if you want. I don't want to delete it. I want this animation, whenever the page loads, I want this animation to start. If you want, you can also ease this thing. You can increase the easing. For example, this will, make the animation even better. For this, I want to use cubic in out. Okay. Now you can update it. If you want to see this animation again, we'll see this on the home page. Now let's select the main image. Okay. This image. Go to advanced again. We'll select this option, entrance animation. Now for this, I want to scale down. I want to select this scale down animation. Okay, you can see this is how it looks. And again, for this also, I want to slow down the process. I want to increase the length, so maybe 1.8 seconds. And I also want to delay this thing, maybe 300 seconds. Okay, 300 milliseconds, I'm sorry. You can increase or decrease this number. And for this also, easing in out, we'll select cubic in out. Now let's select this image. Okay, this top right image. Again, we'll select this entrance animation. You can select some other animation for this. I want to select this fade in down. Okay, maybe fade in down 1 or fade in down 2, whatever you want. Okay, and I want to slow down this thing, so maybe 2200. Okay, and after that, for this delay can be 400. Okay, so it will wait for 400 milliseconds, and after that this animation will start. Okay, so that is what it is. Then under ease, we can select again cubic in out. Now let's select this option, this pattern. Now this one will be different, because if you see, if you refresh this page, the animation for this one is a little bit different from all the other ones. If you see this one, animation was a little bit different. So select this option. Now for this, we have to select entrance animation again, and we have to select mask from top. If you search for that, here as you can see, masks from top. Select this option. And for this, duration will be 2500, so pretty small. And delay can also be bigger, so maybe 500 or 600 milliseconds. And easing for this one will be quad in out. If you see this option, quad in out, select this option. Now finally, for these two images also, whatever animation you want, you can select this thing. You can add delay and everything. Let me very quickly do it. So let's add the basic fade in animation. So let's select an entrance animation, and maybe this is at the left hand side, so we want to fade in from left like this. Then after that, whatever timing you want, we want to make it maybe again 2200, and we want to delete this. So the downer the images, the image which is at the bottom, we want to increase the delay for those images, so the animation looks from top to bottom. Okay, like that. So delay will be 600, and for ease again cubic in out. Okay, so we'll select this. And finally, the last image at the bottom, entrance image, and for this we want to fade in from right, because this is at the right hand side. So we'll select fade in from right, and we'll select 2000 milliseconds, which is basically 2 seconds, and 700 delay. Okay, and again for this, cubic in out. Now if you update this page, come back over here, refresh it, let's see how it looks. Now as you can see, because the delay was a little bit longer, I think we did not add any animation to these buttons. So let's do that thing as well. Select this button, and for this we want to go to advanced, and entrance animation we want to select scale down. So let's select scale down 1 maybe. Okay, this is how the animation will look like. For this I want to make it 1600, and delay will be maybe 800. Okay, same thing for the other for the other button as well. Go to the advanced and entrance animation. Maybe for this, if you want, you can have some other animation, but I think we want to select the same one. Okay, and it was 900, I guess. Select cubic in out, update. Finally, let's come over here, refresh it again, and this is how it is looking. As you can see, amazing animation. So everything over here is working perfectly fine. And with this, we have completed our first section. Now I took a lot of time in the first section, because we have I purposely created this section a little bit complex, so that we can learn a lot of things in one single section. Now all the other sections are very easy. So all the other sections, if you scroll down, the services section, counter section, these are very easy. We don't have any complication in these options. Okay, so it will take hardly few 20 minutes more to create the rest of the page. So let's see how we can do that thing. Again, come back over here. Now again, to create a new section, we'll add a new row. So click on this plus button. And let's see, we need 3 columns over here. So we'll select this option, and we'll select 3 columns. Now the width of these columns will be different. So by default, it is 33% each. We want to make these two, a little bit smaller, and this one will be wider, the third one. So I'll change the width. First, I'll select this option, click on this edit column. Okay, this option, and change this thing to 30. Okay. Second, also click on this edit column, change this thing to 30, and obviously the last one will automatically become 40. So 30 into 40. Now inside this thing, we want to first install, or we want to first insert this info box. So search for info box. You will see info box by Phlox. Install this thing, or just drag and drop it over here. Now first of all, we need this icon, bell icon, whatever icon you want. Click on this thing and search for bell. And here as you can see, we have many different icons. Maybe we want to use this one. So we'll select this, click on insert. Now let's see the content. This is our title, team accounts. So whatever your title will be, you have to type in that thing over here. And whatever text you want, you have to type in that thing under description. All right. Now we can make it like this. Now we don't want this button, so we can select button and we can make it off. We don't want the button. Now let's change the color and everything of this icon. So for that, we'll go to style. Now for icon, you have to select this option. Now whatever style you want, you can select this thing. Then we have the icon color, background color. The icon color is white, so it is white by default, but the background color is this pink color. Okay, so we want this pink color as our background color. Now let's change the size and everything of this icon. So I want the size to be 30, and we can also change the padding. The default padding, as you can see, this is not looking good. So to make it proper in a circle, we want to change this thing. For top and bottom, I want to change this thing to 27 and 30 from left and right. Okay, now this looks much better. Okay, then we have the content. So for that, we'll select title and whatever color you want. So for this, as you can see, we have this black color as our title color. We'll select this black color. Now title size and everything. So this is by default, we have the font family, but I want to increase the size to 30 and make it bolder. So 30 bold. We also want to change the line height to 1.8. All right. Now let's select the description. So we'll select content and over here, whatever color you want. So we want this gray color that we have set, this gray color. And after that, for the typography, we'll change this thing to 16, make it 500 weight. And after that, you can also change the line height to 1.5. Okay, so set this thing. Now we have to select the wrapper. Under wrapper, you can see we have to do few padding, and also we have to change the color for the hover. So under wrapper, you have to select this thing, and let's first add padding. Now from top and bottom, I don't want anything, but from left and right, I want to add 45 pixels. Now it's time for border radius, because if you see over here, when you hover this thing, we have this border radius, we have rounded corners. So under border radius, we'll type in 20. And for this also, you can add shadow. Now, first of all, before we add shadow to this, first we also have to add shadow to this icon. So we did not do that. So select this option and select box shadow. And again, we have already seen how this is done. We have seen shadow a few times. So whatever option you want, you can select that thing like this. Whatever size, wherever you want to display it, you can select this thing. You can increase or decrease the blur. Okay, and you can also increase or decrease this transparency like this. So however you want it, you can design it. Now again, come back to wrapper. Now for wrapper also, we want this thing. Okay, we want this shadow, but for hover. Okay, when you hover this thing, you can see this shadow. So select this hover option. And so first of all, when you hover this thing, background color becomes pink. So we'll select background color. We'll make it pink. Okay, now as you can see, when you hover this thing, background color becomes pink like this. If you want, you can change the transparency of this pink, make it a little bit lighter if you want, like this. Now we also want to make sure to change these colors. So we'll go to title first of all. Maybe let's first select this icon. So when you hover this thing, background becomes white, icon becomes pink. So we'll select hover, background color icon becomes pink. So icon color will be pink and background becomes white. Okay, like this. Now the text. So select the title. On hover, this becomes white, and this also, description also, content also on hover, it becomes, select content, hover, and then white, like this. Okay, so everything is looking good. Now finally go to advanced and select this option, border option, and under border option, type in some radius like 20 pixels and add some shadow like this. Okay, and again, add the color for this pink. Okay, like this. So, but we want this only for hover. So go to hover and then do this thing, not over here. Go to hover, border, hover, and then add this thing. Okay, now when you hover this thing, you can change the shadow and all like this. Okay, now let's do a few more things. Let's add the animation and so on. First of all, we also have some space between these two. So at the bottom, we have some space. So under advanced, let's add some margin at bottom. So at bottom, we want to add maybe 20 pixels, and then you can also add some animation. So under entrance animation, we want to change this thing to fade in maybe, and let's change the timing and all. And after that, you can also change the speeding. Okay. Now, before we do anything else, first select this column, edit column, the first column. Now go to advanced and let's add some margin at right. So for the first column, margin at right will be 20. Select the second column, and after that, go to advanced. And over here we want to add at left. So at left 20. Okay. And for this we also want to add some margin at top. So because as you can see, this is starting over here, but this is starting a little bit down. So we want to add some margin at top as well. So for this at top, I'll add maybe 70 or 75 pixels. Okay, at top margin. Now we can go ahead and we can duplicate this thing. And we can change the color and everything for this one. So for this, maybe let's select this headphone icon. Very quickly, let's do this thing. So select this headphone icon, whatever icon or whichever icon you want. Select that thing and click on this option. Now we can change the content. Here it says customer support. So let's type in that thing. And whatever the text is. Okay. Then go to style and you can now change all the other colors. So for this, we need this orange color. Let's get the color code. Okay, this is the one. So for this, I want to, so basically just replace all the pink color with this color. Okay, for box shadow as well, replace everything with this color. Then go to title. We don't have anything under title or all. We have to change the wrapper background color. So go to wrapper, hover, change the background color to this color. And now as you can see, and also for the icon hover color. And now as you can see, finally you can go to advanced, border, under hover, change this color like this. Okay, now let's come back. And now as you can see, this is how it is looking. Now similarly, you can just copy this thing, paste it over here. Okay, you can copy it multiple times, paste it over here. Maybe let me bring this one down. And you can again change the content for these things as well. Okay. Now finally we have this option, we have the title, subtitle and the button. We already have created these things at top. So what I'll do is, just to save some time, I'll copy this thing, come over here at the bottom, paste it over here in the third column. Now we just need to change the text. So the text over here says first title is our services. This is the second text, ultimate experience or whatever the text is. And after that, you can also change the description. Now let's go to style. Let's do some styling, basic styling, and let's get rid of extra space from here. Okay. Now for this styling, we just want to change the size. Rest everything looks good. So instead of 20, first make it 16. Okay, rest everything is good. Or maybe if you want, you can also change the line height. Then the second option is the secondary heading. For this also, instead of 75, let's make it 55. Okay. And you can change some other things as well if you want. And for max width, we don't want 630, we want 430 for this option maybe. Okay. Then finally we have the description. So select description. The size and everything for description looks good. Just change the max width to 360 like this. Now select the third column. We have made changes to the first and the second column. Now we have to select the third column. So select edit column 3 and go to advanced. And over here from margin left and right, we have to add 20%. Okay, like this. Okay, we have to select, instead of pixels, we have to select percentage like this. Okay, make sure you have selected percentage from both left and right. And after that, under content, we have to select this option vertical align middle so that it comes in middle like this. And finally, we have this button. We have already created this button, so we can simply copy it, paste it over here at the bottom. And you can do some required changes, whatever changes you want to make in that button. And after that, you can simply go ahead and update this page. Now finally, let's do one thing. Let's select this row, main row, and do some changes. So we want to add some space at bottom like this one. So we can go to advanced and margin bottom. We can add some space, maybe 150 pixels at bottom. Okay. So we have this space at bottom. Now click on update. And with this, we have also completed this second section. Now let's create this counter section. So for that, again, plus button and then add a row. Now inside this row, I want to add another row. So we'll select inner section inside this section. And this time we'll divide this thing into 4 columns. So we can right click on this edit column inside the inner edit column. Click on add new column. Again, do the same thing, add new column. And now we have 4 columns inside this main row. Now inside this option, we want to add this counter. So we'll search for counter element. And this is the one. Drag and drop it over here. Okay, the starts at 0, ends at 53, and the text or the title is happy customer. And we also have this K. So that is the suffix. So ends at 53, ending number will be 53, and suffix will be K. And animation duration, all you can change that thing. Title is happy customers. Now let's change the styling. So go to style, text color, whatever you want. We have to change the text color to white, but we'll do that later on once we add the background color. So first let's select the typography, change this thing to 70 pixels, 70, and let's make it bolder like we have that in the demo website. Now for the line height, I want to change this thing to 1.1, and you can also change this thing. You can add minus letter spacing, so minus 3.5, so that it comes together a little bit. Then we have the description, okay, the title, basically the happy customer text. Now for this, I want to change this thing to 16, and we want to also make it a little bit bolder, so 500, okay, and line height could be 1.5. Now once you select this thing, we have to select the column. So select the outer column, the main column. Okay, we have inner column, 4 inner columns, but we have this one outer column. Select that thing, edit column. Now go to this option. We have to add this color in the background. Let's get this color code. Now once we add the color in the background, after that we also have to make sure that this, we have the rounded corners. So we'll go over here, go to style and change the background color. So add this color as your background color. Now as you can see, this is how it is looking. Now we need to do one thing, go to border, add that radius, maybe 20 or 30 pixels radius from all sides. And finally, let's add padding so that we have nice amount of space from top, bottom, from everywhere. So from top and bottom, I'll add 120 and 50 from left and right, like this. Then we also have this margin at bottom. So for margin bottom, we'll add maybe 150, 160, something like that. I'm adding 180 pixels. If you want, you can also add this, shadow again over here. So we'll come to this option, select this option, border, which is over here under style. So select this border option and enable this option. Now you can change the color to this color, and now you can see this shadow is also working. If you want, you can obviously go ahead and change the shadow styling and all. I'll select the text and change this color to white. Similarly for title also, we'll change the color to white. Okay. Now you can just go ahead. We also want to add this border. So let's see how we can add that thing. So click on this inner column now, edit column, which is the inside thing. Now go to style and let's add this border. So go to border, make it solid, but only at right side. If you just make it solid, it will be from all sides. We want it only for right side. So make it 0 from all, select right, type in 1. Now for the border color, we want white color. So we'll type in, just select this white color, FFF. And if you want to make it a little bit transparent, you can do it like this. Okay, so it becomes transparent. If you see it like this, this is how it will look like. Okay, maybe it is too much transparent. Let's see, maybe this much. All right. Now you can just click on this thing, copy it, paste it over here, paste it over here. And again, now you can change the text and right click on this column, right click on this inner column, click on copy, then right click on the second inner column, paste style, not paste, just paste style, so that we have this border. Okay, I don't think we have for the, okay, we don't have for the last one, so only for these three. Now you can similarly select the second one, the text, the title over here says layout done, ending number is 10. Okay, this is the title. So this is how it will look like. Now again, update this page. Then after that, we have the about section. So let's again add a new column, new row. And in fact, we want 2 columns over here. So let me delete this thing, add 2 columns. Now, first of all, let's add this main image. Okay, this image which is in the background. So for that, we'll again just search for advanced image, drag and drop it over here, upload that image, which is this, click on insert media. So this is your main image. We also want to make, border radius 20. As you can see, the corners are rounded. So we'll go to style and we'll select radius, border radius 20. Rest everything is good. Now let's select this image, the second image. Okay, so again, we'll search for advanced image, bring it over here. Let's select this image. This is the one, I guess. Let's see. No, this is not the one. This is the one. Okay, select this one. Now again, for this also, we'll go to style, make it border radius 20. Now we want this image smaller. So max width will select maybe 80%. Okay, or maybe even smaller if you want. And for this, we want to change the positioning to absolute and we want to bring it like this. Now, first of all, go to advanced and change the Z index to 2 so that it always remains on top. Then after that, select positioning by Phlox and make it position type absolute. And you can change the, wherever you want to bring it over here, you can like this. Now from left, all right, like this. Okay. So if you want, you can change this thing as well. Now from top, maybe this is looking good. Okay. Then finally we have this image. Okay, this pattern. So for this we can again use the advanced image, bring it over here, upload this pattern, insert image, and make sure this is full. This image also, whenever you upload any image, make sure this is full size. As you can see, once you change this size to full, a lot of things changes. So first of all, let me select this image, and we have to again change the positioning because we have changed the size. So like this. Okay. All right. Okay, maybe this is how I want it, and maybe instead of 80, let's make it 75 or 70, whatever or however you want it. Now let's select this image. Now go to advanced positioning and make it absolute, and wherever you want to bring it, let's first change the z index to 3 so that it remains on top. In fact, not 3, I think we have to first, let's change the positioning, then we'll see that thing. Now from top, bring it at bottom like this, and from left, all right, maybe this. Okay, I think it is looking good. Now I can change the animation and everything for these images. Let me select this image and bring it a little bit at top like this. Now click on update. You can add entrance animation and all those things. I'm not doing that thing because we have already seen that thing, and that will take a lot of time, so I don't want to waste the time over here. Now let's add this thing. Okay, so for this we'll again go back over here at top, copy this thing and come over here, paste it over here. Okay, now whatever the text is, so the text over here says about team, and after that the title says this thing. So whatever the title is, enter that title, and after that whatever the content is. Okay, so under description we'll type in this content. Now you can change the styling. I think title looks good. Let's select the secondary heading. So select secondary heading, and maybe I want to decrease this size a little bit to 50 so that we have this thing in 2 lines. And also for this, okay, I think rest everything is looking good. 440 max width, and for description we want to increase the width to again 440 or 480, whatever you want. Then after that we have these 2 buttons. So again you can go ahead top and copy and paste these buttons. Now we can select this column, select edit column, go to advanced, and let's add some padding. So for padding left, we want to add 20%. First select percentage, then add 20 at left. Now again, as I said earlier, you can just go ahead and copy these buttons, paste it over here, copy this second button, and obviously come and paste it over here like this. Let's bring it at top so that it becomes it comes at left hand side. Now we have, let's see what we have. Now we just have to select the row, and we have to do some spacing and all. So first of all, under row vertical align, make sure everything is in center or in middle. So select vertical align middle. Then after that go to advanced, let's add margin. So maybe 170 or 270 at bottom. Okay, this much. We have a lot of space over here at bottom, so 270 at bottom. Now for padding left and right, you can add some padding like 30 pixels like this. Let's again see. So this is how it will look like. Okay, so this is your about section. Again, update this page. We have few more sections left. In fact, only 3 sections left, and these 3 are very easy. So first of all, let's create this one, portfolio section. Click on this plus button, add a single row, single column. Now before we create this section, first we'll need to create different portfolios. So if you click on this option, if you click on this portfolio, for example, single one, we have to create this portfolio page so that it looks something like this. So for that, we'll have to actually come back in the dashboard, and you will see a new option will be added for you because we have enabled that portfolio plugin. You'll see this portfolios. Let's add a new portfolio over here so that we can see how it looks. Now this is the title. Okay, whatever the title is, this is the title, protection from harvester, whatever your portfolio title is. Then after that, you have to select the layout for this portfolio. I want to select this one. Okay, the third last one. There are many others. If you want to select some other, you can select that thing as well. Then after that, you can also select previous and next, skin for these portfolios. And after that, if you want, you can also add a category and featured image. So let's add some image as the featured image. So maybe let me add this image as the featured image. You can also add some category. If you have multiple portfolios, you can add category. For example, this is e-commerce website portfolio. So this comes under e-commerce category maybe. Okay, so I'll add this category and after that you can publish it. Now this also you can design it with Elementor. So click on this button, edit with Elementor. Now I don't want to waste a lot of time again over here designing this thing. So you can do one thing, as I said you earlier. If you see the media file, media folder, in this we have the pages file. Okay. And in this we have a lot of files. So here we also have this single portfolio file. So you can just go ahead, click on this option, add template. In fact, don't add templates from here. Go back to a dashboard. You can add templates from this page first. Let's get rid of this. Now click on templates from the left hand side. And now from here you can import these templates. So click on import template and let's import this single portfolio template. Click on import now. You will see this will be imported. Once it is imported, you will see it will be with header agency. Once it is imported for you, you can come back to this page. So here as you can see, header agency and everything is imported. Click on this plus button, add template, go to my templates, and here you will see portfolio template, insert this one. So this is a pre-created template for you. So instead of this text, if you want some other text, we have already seen how to change this thing. Just click on this thing and replace it with your own text. Similarly, instead of this image, if you want some other image, click on this button and you can replace it with some other image. So we have seen how this thing works. Now, if you see, we have this thing at the bottom. Okay. First of all, if you want to do one thing, you can actually click on this button, this gear icon, and you can change the background color of this thing. So we want this gray color background. Okay. F3, F4, F6. So we can select this option. Okay. Over here. Now go to style. First make sure you have clicked on gear icon, style settings. Now body color. We already have this color, BG color. This will be our body color. Now click on update. Now after that, we also have to change these things. So for example, what is your client name? So client, and what is the name of the client? For example, John Doe. So I'll tap in John Doe. So you can replace these text, release date, app developer, launch project. And if you see, the design of this thing looks a little bit different. So to fix this thing, we have to actually first click on update. We have to change the primary, secondary, those colors. We have changed the font, but we have not changed the colors. So again, click on the hamburger icon, site settings. We have changed the typography and fonts. We also have to change the global color. So click on global color. Now for the primary color, we want this color as our primary color. Now as you can see, this is automatically changed. Then the pink color will be our secondary color. So select this thing, add the pink color code. So let me paste in this color code over here. Now for the text color, we don't want this gray color. We want a little bit black version. Okay, like this color. Okay. And then after this accent, so all the links and everything, we don't want this color. We want this color. Okay, the gray color like this. Now as you can see, it is looking much better. You can again update this page. So make sure you change all your primary, secondary text and accent colors. Then click on this thing, exit this thing, and you can change the background color for this as well. So for example, we can select this thing, edit section, change the background color to some other color. Okay, you can see the changes on your screen like this. So this is how you can create your portfolio. So similarly, you can go ahead, create another portfolio. Let me show you one more portfolio. So if the steps for next all portfolio will be same, just click on add new and click on edit with Elementor. You have imported this template, this portfolio template. Just make sure to import it, and after that you can use it with this thing. Okay. Now once we have created the portfolio, now we can create that portfolio section, this section. So first we need this title and subtitle, which we can simply copy from here. So I'll copy this thing, paste it over here. I just want to bring everything in center. Okay. Title is portfolio. The first heading is this portfolio, and the main title is the work we are proud of, or whatever your main text is. And we don't want this description, so delete the description. We just want this heading. Okay, like this. And after that, whatever you want. For example, here we don't want this thing for the subheading. Let's select. We don't want this max width, so we can delete it so that everything is in one single line. We can now go ahead and change the color, change the sizing and everything. Now below this thing, we want to add the portfolio option. So search for portfolio and select this option. We have many options over here. Tiles, carousel portfolio. We have the grid portfolio. Whichever you want, you can select that thing. So maybe if you want this portfolio style, you can select this. Just bring it over here like this. Now number of portfolios to show per page. Maybe I want to change this thing to 3. I want to show 3 portfolios per page. Okay. Then number of portfolios to show per page, you can change this number as well. Now because we have created only one, this is how it is looking. Now this is one style. If you see another style, if I just use this one for example, grid one, this is a little bit different style. Here also, how many you want to show per page. Okay, you can increase or decrease this number and all. So maybe let's use this one, not the top one. I want to use this grid one. So click on this thing, and per page we want to actually display 4, not 6. And then let's see the layout. Under layout, we want to change the column to 3. We want only 3 columns to display. Now let's see the styling. Now whatever you want to display, so we want to display title, we want to display the display info. So we are displaying this title and this category. Okay, only these two things. You can also change some carousel settings, like you want bullets, if you want arrows, text, whatever you want, you can change that thing as well. Auto delay, you can delete this thing, you can change these things as well. If you want to autoplay this carousel, you can again do that thing as well. Now let's see the styling. First of all, how much space do you want? So we want 140 space. So instead of 30, we want to change this thing to 140. And image aspect ratio, you can change this thing. You can even have a custom aspect ratio. For example, we want to set this thing to 0.56. Okay, so this is how it will look like. Then we also want to add some border radius. So maybe I'll add 20 pixels, because here as you can see, we have this rounded corners. Now let's select the title. First of all, we have to select it and we have to make it center aligned. We have to bring it at top and we have to give it this design. First, let's change the sizing. So sizing of this thing will be 20. Make it bolder. And let's add line height of 1.25. Then we have the subtitle. So select info, basically the info meta. And this will be 16 pixels. We can also make it a little bit bolder, maybe 500 and 1.5 line height. Then after that, go to advanced, and we as you can see, this is touching both the sides. So for this, we want to add negative margin from left and right. So from left and right, it will be 200 negative. So type in 200, and just below this thing, just before that thing, type in minus. Now this is how it will look like. So to fix this thing, you have to actually add some custom CSS, and you'll get this custom CSS under this file, portfolio CSS. Open this, and inside this you will see all this CSS. Copy it from here and paste it under custom CSS. And now as you can see, you will get this design. Because we have only one, we cannot see it properly, but once you have created multiple, you will see them properly. Now let's add this color in the background. So select this edit section, go to option, and background color will be this BG color. Now go to advanced, and let's add some padding at top and bottom. So maybe 160 at top and 115 at bottom. Then we also want to add some margin at bottom, which is this space. So bottom margin, we want to add maybe 130, not at top, only at bottom. So 130 at bottom. Then you can update this thing. Now we have the testimonial section, which is very easy. We can actually just copy the title from top and paste it over here at the bottom. Change the text and everything from here. This is our title. Secondary heading. Change this thing. And after that, we need to display these things. So for that, we'll add 3 columns. So select inner column, type in 3 columns. All right, let's add one more, add new column. And inside this thing, we have to search for testimonial. Now select this one, testimonial by Phlox. Again, drag and drop it over here. And here, as you can see, we have several templates. We have to select this one, default template with image. Now let's upload the image first of all. So for this, maybe I want to upload this image, or whatever image you want, you can upload that image. Now for the content, the name and everything, if you again come back, this is the name, for example. So whatever name you want, for example, we want to keep it at John Doe. And the text says 1 year with us. Okay, so you can type in this thing like this. And after that, we have the description text. So you can type in this thing as well. If you want, you can also add some rating, like 4-star, 5-star rating. You can add this thing as well. I don't want to do that thing. And now let's select the name. Let's change the styling of this name. So the sizing will be 16. Let's make it bolder. And after that, if you want, you can also add some line height and so on. Now for the occupation, select this thing, make it 15 pixels, and after that a little bit lighter at 400. Then we have the content box. Select this option, add border radius of 20, because here as you can see we have this border radius, and we also want to change the padding. So padding will be 58 from all sides except for bottom. So at bottom we want 25, from all sides it will be 58. Now the background color box shadow, you can add it like this. So this is how it will look like, as you can see. Now once you do this thing, you have to now go to advanced and select custom CSS and paste in this thing. So by pasting in this code, this image will come at top and this thing will become at bottom. And also we want to make sure that everything is left aligned like over here. So actually let's go to content, make it left align. Now I'll give you this CSS code. Don't worry if you see this custom CSS code. Now once you go to my website blogto.com, now as I said earlier, for every single tutorial I create a blog post like this. So once you click on this link, I'll make sure that I'll also add this CSS code at the bottom over here. So you can simply copy this thing and you can paste it over here. It is pretty easy, pretty simple CSS code. You can see it like this. Then after that, we want to now display this icon, this quote icon, and we want to change some styling. So this is the color. When you hover this, the color changes. So for that, we'll search for icon, bring it over here at top, search for quote icon. Okay, whatever icon you want, you can select this thing. You can increase the size and everything. We want to change the color to this color, secondary color. And when you hover over this thing, it becomes this color. Okay, let's select the color, maybe this pink color. And when you hover over this thing, it becomes this color. Now this thing will be right align. So select right align. And now let's change the positioning. So select positioning under advanced, make it absolute. And this is how it will look like. You can bring it at bottom a little bit. Let's increase it like this. All right. Okay, maybe 5960. And from right, all right, maybe 40, not 40 actually, maybe 35. All right, this is looking good. Now we can update this thing. Finally, I just want to duplicate this column multiple times just to save some time. And then we can delete these empty columns and you have your thing over here. Now you can click on this thing, change the image to some other image, change the name and everything. And after that, this thing will be created for you. Now select this option, select this thing, edit section, and just add some margin at bottom. So at bottom, we want to add 130 pixels, this space. Okay. And finally, we have the blog section. Before that, let's update this page. For blog also, we can simply copy and paste in the title at bottom. And latest post is our secondary thing. And under heading, it will be simply blog. Now for this also, first I'll update this page because first we need to create blog post to display it over here. So for that, again, come back to your dashboard. Now let me first open a single blog post so that we can see how it looks and we can copy paste the things. So this is how a single blog post looks like. Okay, pretty simple. So to do this thing, to create this blog post, we need to come back to post from the left hand side. Now few blog posts will be already created for you. What I want to do is I will tick mark everything and will delete everything. So move to trash everything because these are all dummy blog posts. We want to create our own. So click on add new. Now first of all, this is the title of our blog post. So this will be your title. You can change the styling and everything of the blog post, content option, styling option. For every single blog post, you can have a different styling. Now at the right hand side, you have to give some image for the blog post. So maybe let's select this image and click on set featured image. Then after that, whatever content you want. Now for this also, you can use Elementor to design this thing, or if you want just simple content, you can just type in like this. Okay, so simple content can be added like this, and then click on post option and you can also give it some category. Now I'll just give it a category of news maybe. Now after, if you want to do some more changes, you can do that and just publish this page. If you click on view post, let's click on this view post option. Now as you can see, this is how your single blog post is looking. So let's do one thing. Let's come back, click on edit post and change the layout. So we want a full width layout. So select this full width layout so that we don't have anything like that, and update it again. Come back, refresh it. And now as you can see, we have this layout. We can again do some more changes over here. We can go to content option. We can change the type of content that we want. So maybe we want our content like this. Click on update, come over here, refresh it. And now as you can see, so we have all the different options. I'll select this one. For title alignment and everything, if you want it in center, so instead of left, if you want it in center, you can do that thing as well. So you can change the content, you can change the styling and everything. All right. We have many more things, many more options, but I don't want to cover them, in this video because this will take a lot of time. Now, once you have created your content, once you have created your first blog post, now we can go ahead and add that option. So search for post option Let's use this one, grid and carousel post. Drag and drop it over here. Now how many do you want to display per page? So we want to display only 3 blog posts over here, so we'll type in 3. Then let's go to styling and let's change this styling. So for the image aspect ratio, we want to select this option, horizontal 16:9. Then we also want some border radius, so maybe 20 pixels of border radius, maybe not 20, 10 pixels of border radius. And we don't want this date and everything, so we can actually go back to content and we can disable these options. So we can go to layout and select display, and from here we just want the image, date, title, and this excerpt. So under post info, you can see we don't want author, we don't want the category, we don't want comment as well, and we don't want the read more. Okay, so I don't want this option, no read more, so none. Also, we don't want the category. Now for date, we want to display the date before the title. So we'll select post info before title. Now let's again go back to settings and select this wrapper. And let's add padding of 20 pixels from all sides. Now click on update. Now this is looking a little bit weird, but if you refresh it, and again if you go back at the bottom, now we want to do one more thing. Under layout, make sure you have only 3 columns selected like this. This is looking much better. Now once you have more options, you can see them over here. Now finally, let's add some margin at bottom. So maybe 150 or 130 at bottom. Now click on update. And with this, we have completed our home page. Now, once you create your page, once you create any page, home page, about page, whatever the page is, you should always see how that page looks on mobile phone. So make sure that your website is 100% mobile and tablet friendly. For that, you can click on this icon at bottom left, responsive mode, select mobile from top, and let's start from top. So if you go to top section, let's start from here. So as you can see in the mobile phone, this title is looking very big. So to fix this thing, click on this option. First of all, make sure everything is center aligned. Now go to style, and heading is looking good. We just have to change the secondary heading. Now for mobile phone, we want the title maybe 39 on 40 pixels. Okay. Now for this thing, so this will look actually good. This is very small screen for mobile. If you change this thing, this is how it will look like. Then we have this section. So image and everything are a little bit off. So we'll select this option, this image first of all. Go to style. Now for mobile, I want the width to be maybe 70. Okay. And then we have to change the positioning for mobile as well, so that it looks good on mobile phone. So from right, we can add a little bit more. Okay, like this. And maybe I want to do one more thing. I want to actually make it 50. Okay. Yeah, 50 is good. Again, go to positioning and bring it at right. Maybe a little bit bottom. Okay. Now select the second text. For this also, for mobile phone, let's make it 70%. Okay. And you can change the positioning. Now select this one. Again, go to this option. And this also for mobile phone, let's make it 70. Go to advanced and positioning. Let's see. And from top. Yeah. Now select this one. Okay. Again, for mobile phone, maybe not 90. Let's select 70. Okay. Go to advanced and positioning. Little bit over here. Okay. Don't add this top, because we have added bottom for this. So press Ctrl Z to undo those changes. And okay, so this is looking good. Now click on update. So for mobile phone, this is now looking much better. You can always select this column, and let's add some space between these two columns. So under margin top, we'll add 50, so that we have a decent amount of space over here. Now if you scroll down, this is all looking good. Okay, we can do one thing. We can select this column, edit column, and we can add margin left and right, maybe 10 pixels for mobile phone. Okay. Okay, much better. For the second one as well, select this thing. Okay. 10 from left and right. All right. Now select this one. Here also, maybe 20 left and right, not 10, and not percentage. This time for mobile phone, we want pixels. Okay. So maybe, okay, good. And you can also make it center align if you want. Now select this option. So for mobile phone, I want to display maybe 2 columns in a row. So I'll select the edit column, make it 50. select the second edit column, make it 50. Third edit column, so that we have 50-50. So basically 2 columns in a single row like this. Okay, 50. Much better. And then select this image and change the positioning to a little bit at top. Also, we want to change the sizing. So first let's actually change the sizing. We want only 50%. Okay. And positioning like this. Okay, so this is looking good. And for this also, let's change the sizing to maybe 70%. Go to positioning and let's see, we have left. Bring it over here and from top like this. Okay, and I don't want 3 actually. For z index it will be 1. Okay, or maybe 0. Okay, so that it is behind these images. Now select this option. Here also we had some space in column, so select this thing. We don't want any space for the mobile phone. Now select this video, this image, this. Now select this button and it should be left aligned. So select this first positioning. Okay, this is good. Select the second one. Okay, this is also in line. So this should be fixed if you see in your mobile phone. And now you can select this thing, this portfolio option. And we don't want 200 obviously, so we can just make it 0. Okay, 0 from all sides, margin. And rest everything is looking good, I guess. Okay, so we can now update this page, and this is 100% mobile friendly. So this is how it is done. We can cut this thing, and with this we have completed the home page. Now again you can come back to your dashboard. Now let's create some other pages, and obviously we don't have to do it again. I won't be creating other pages from scratch. I'll just give you the free layout. You can import it on your website and you can have your own website. Okay, you can have your own about page, contact page, portfolio, and all those pages. So again, select this pages option, click on add new. Let's create our about page. So let's give it a title of about. First, let me open the about page. Let's see how it looks so that we can control other settings. Okay, so this is also a blank page. So we'll select full width and no title bar. So title bar, no. Publish it. Now again, click on this edit with Elementor button and simply click on this thing. And now we need to import the template. So again, I think you should import the template from here. Click on templates. Now let me import all the templates from here. So click on choose file, pages, about us template, import it like this. Click on import. Okay, as you can see, it is imported. Again, import templates, choose file. Now let's also import the blog page. Import now. Then let's import the next template, which is contact template. Then the next one. So you have your header footer templates. Okay, so the custom header and footer for top and bottom. Let's select, let's see what we have next, header. And also your portfolio page. So select portfolio and import this one as well. So once you import all these things, come back to your about page, click on add template, go to my templates, and here you have this thing imported. Just simply insert this thing on your website. And you have your entire about page in front of you. Now, whatever changes you want to make, you can easily do that because we have seen everything from scratch in detail for the home page. So similarly, as you can see, this is modern heading, which is used over here. This is the simple info box, all the other things. Okay, so if you want to change the content, go to content, best material, all these things. So pretty easy. Now, again, come back to your dashboard. Let's create the contact page. So click on pages, add new. Let's give it a title of contact and again full width and no title bar. Okay, publish this page. Click on edit with Elementor. Now click on this option, add template, go to my templates and select this contact option. Okay, here you have your contact page. Everything should work absolutely fine. So if you want to change your phone number, email, just click on this thing, go to content, and instead of this email and this email, change it with your own email. For the address, click on this pencil button for the address, and instead of this address, just enter your own address. Maybe I'll just enter Mumbai, and you can zoom in, zoom out. You can enter your exact address. Now click on update. Now this contact form will not work for you. So to make this thing work, you have to do one thing. You have to click on contact at the left hand side click on add new to add a new contact form. Let's make it home form. Okay, and then open the file again that you have downloaded. Under media, you will see on the pages contact form, which is this. Open this one, copy everything, come back over here, delete it, and whatever you have copied, paste in that thing, click on save. Once you click on save, you will see this shortcode under this blue ribbon. Paste in this shortcode over here like this, and you have your form. Click on update. Just make sure to change the background color to that BG color, okay, so that you can see everything properly. So you can go to this option, gear icon, go to style and change the background color, BG color. If it is not working, don't worry, we'll fix this thing once we see the final customization. Okay, so we can change the background color from there. Then we have, let's again come back to the dashboard. This is your contact form. Now click on pages again. Now click on add new to add a new page. Let's add our blog page. So just give it a title of blog. Now if you want to use the default layout for this website, if you don't want to import the template for the blog page, you can actually go to settings, click on reading, and just like the home page, we have to set this page as your post page. Click on save changes. Now if you click on pages, if you open this blog page in a new tab, now here as you can see, this will add this layout for you, the default layout for this website. So if you want to use this thing, you can use it, or if you want, you can again go back to reading, reset this page, click on save changes, and if you want to design your own blog page, you can click on pages, edit the blog page, and for this also make it center, make it 100% full width, disable the title, update this page and edit with Elementor. Now for this also we have this template over here, so go to templates and select the blog page. And here as you can see, we have this style. If you hover this thing, you get this style. Now click on update. So if you want this style, you can use Elementor. Now again, come back. Finally, let's create our last page, which is the portfolio page. So go to pages, add new, and give it a title of portfolio. And after that, disable the title and everything, publish it. Right, let's fix this thing and edit with Elementor. We have the template. We can simply click on add template, go to my templates, and let's see, here it is. Insert this one, and here as you can see, we have the portfolio template as well. Now again, come back to this page. Now before we proceed further, let's do one thing. Let's create a menu like we have over here. Let's create this menu. So, and after that, we also want to do one thing. We want to see what all we want in the background, or what all we want in the footer. So if you want these things in the footer, we can also add a few more menus. Let me show you. So to create a new menu, hover over appearance and click on menus. First, let's create the main menu. Okay, they have also created few menus for you. Actually, if you want, you can just ignore them. Click on create a new menu, create your own menu. So we want these pages in our menu. So I'll name it main menu. Click on create menu. And over here, what all pages you want. So maybe you want the home page, about page, all the pages that we have created just now. If you want, you can rearrange them like this. Okay. So maybe the blog page will come over here like this. Okay. And after that, also make sure that you tick mark this thing, header, primary, navigation. Okay. This is our primary menu. Click on this save menu. Now let's create two more menus for these two menus. Okay. So we'll click on add new menu, create a new menu. And I'll name it footer menu 1. So maybe footer 1. Click on create menu. We just want the privacy and terms and policy page. So terms page and privacy policy page. Okay. Save menu. Let's create one more menu for this one, home, about and contact. Okay. So this is our company menu. So click on create menu and home, about and contact, only these three. Now click on save. Now once you create these menus, now we can go ahead and create your header, but we have already done that thing. We already have imported the header. We just need to select that as our primary header. So for that, you can come back to your website, go to any page, and after that click on this customize link at top. Now we have to select the header that we have imported. So click on header templates, and click on this option, edit with header builder. So you will see the default header over here. You just need to delete the default header. Make sure it is empty. Now click on add template and select the header template. This one, header Phlox. Now this is how it will look like. We have to do few things. First of all, there is no menu selected. So click on this text, no menu selected, and select your main menu, which is this menu. You have your menu. Now if you want to change the text of the button, here it says get started. And if you want to link this thing with some page, maybe I want to link this thing with my contact page. I can search for contact and here you have your contact page link. Now we also need to upload our logo so that we can see that logo over here. So for that we can come back and you can select this option, general layout, not general layout. In fact, you will see this option over here under site identity and you can add your logo from here. So this is the logo that we want, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, this is the logo we want at top. So this is our primary logo. We want one more logo for the footer. Okay, for the secondary logo. You will see that thing. Okay, in fact, we added that in the wrong place. This is our primary logo. I don't want to do this thing. I'll skip cropping. And for the secondary logo, this will be this logo, the second one. Okay. This is how it is looking. And we also want to do, first just publish this page. We want to change the header template setting. So select header template setting and enable this option, enable overlay header, and you can disable this sticky option. Publish it. Now if you just refresh this page again, let's see the changes. And now as you can see, we have this header like this. If you go at the footer, these menus are also working. Let's fix the footer as well. So if you select footer option, footer template, click on edit with footer builder. Now this footer will be selected for you automatically. If it is not, again you can do that thing, delete it and select your footer template. Now first of all, this menu is selected. The company menu is not selected. So we'll select this option. And for this second option, we'll select the company menu. You have your menu. Now for this text, if you want to change the phone number and now all, it is very easy. Now select the copyright text. So copyright Phlox, I don't want this Phlox. So instead of Phlox, I'll type in blog dude or whatever you want. Then this social media icons, click on them and enter your own social media links. Okay. Now click on update. Now for this thing, for this option. Okay. So for this, you have to actually again come back to your dashboard. Let me delete this. Yeah. On your dashboard, you will see this option MC for WP. Click on this thing. Now this is MailChimp for WordPress. So if you want to link MailChimp with your WordPress website, you have to first go to MailChimp.com and make sure you already have an account and all. If you don't have an account or if you don't know how this MailChimp thing works, you can actually go to my YouTube channel. And if you search for this thing, if you just search for Nayesh Sheikh MailChimp, you will see this tutorial over here. So make sure to watch any one of these latest tutorials. I have explained how to create a free MailChimp account and how to do free email marketing. So make sure to watch any one of these tutorials. Now once you log into your MailChimp account, you have to click on this icon at the bottom left. Click on account. Now extras and API key. You have to copy your API key from here. So this is your API key. Copy it. Come back to this MailChimp website. Enter your API key and click on save changes. Now this will connect your website and you can select any one of these, any one of these campaigns or lists that you have created. Now we need to create a new form. So under MC for WP, click on form and let's give it a title of form 1. And maybe I want to select this list for that. Again, if you don't understand what this list is, how this form is created, make sure to watch this MailChimp video. Now for this form, you have to again open this file and now you have to open this file, MailChimp form. Open this file, copy everything, come over here, paste in like this. Now click on save. Now once you do that thing, you can copy the MailChimp shortcode, come back to your footer, click on this and select the form. Let's refresh this page first. It will automatically be selected, but if it is not, click on this thing and select the form 1. Okay, it will work for you. Now you can update this page and you have your footer created for you. Again, come to customize. Let's see if anything else is left. I think everything is completed till now. Let's see, but we have a lot of options under customization. That is a great thing. For example, for portfolio, as you can see, we have so many different options. For extras also, we have options for breadcrumb. We have option for all these options. Now we have many more options. You can go through this thing. You can change the single layout of the post and all. But I think this is it for this tutorial. We can actually cut this thing. Now let me just fix one more thing. So under contact page, this thing was not working. This border thing is not working. So you can use a simple CSS to make this thing work. Or if you want, you can edit this thing with Elementor and you can change the background color of this entire section. So select this edit section, go to style and change the background color to this BG color. And now this will work for you like this. Okay, so this is how it works. You can just update this page. And with this, we have finally completed this tutorial. Now, I hope you guys find this tutorial helpful. I hope you have learned something new. So if you find this tutorial helpful, if you want to watch more useful videos like this one for absolutely free, make sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss any future videos. Now, if you like this video, give a thumbs up to this video, share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever social media platform you use. And throughout the video, if you have any doubts, any comments, any suggestions for me, you can always leave them in the comments section below. And finally, thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one.